Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Aliza Lapierre before the 2015 the North Face Transgrancanaria. How are you, Aliza?
I'm doing well, Brian. How are you?
All right. It's the beginning of March. We're in the Canary Islands. But you've already kicked off your season. You ran very early in the year at Bandera.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise to run in January, but somehow I pulled through, and the conditions there were great for me. It was 30 degrees, raining, snowing, icy, muddy, so it suited my training well.
Yeah. So you won that 100K, got into Western States, but you really didn't have a lot of preparation for that one.
Correct.
You only a couple weeks.
I think we had 3 weeks of training, one kind of getting back into the groove, and then 3 weeks on, so with taper, so it was pretty quick.
Yeah. How has your running gone since then?
It's gone pretty well. It's been difficult, really cold in Vermont, from 0 to -40 with the wind, snow every night, so training outdoors has been tough. Lots of layers, lots of kind of anger with the conditions, but I've gotten through it somehow.
How do you get yourself out the door on when it's 40 below 0 with a wind chill?
I think sometimes my husband has to shove me out the door, but it happens. I think the hardest part is getting out there and getting moving and getting warmed up, but once you're out there, things kind of fall into place, but nothing happens fast. You're not doing any speed work or hitting any PRs out there.
Have there been any mishaps, any water bottles freezing or gel? Or?
Oh, I mean, it's totally, you don't even carry, excuse me, water with you because they'll freeze right away. Gels freeze. I mean, I did 28 miles, 0 water, and 1 goo I was able to chew on and get down, but it's impossible.
Wow. And now here you are on the Canary Islands. Quite a change of pace.
I know, I'm loving it.
You have you came in about a week before the race.
Yep.
Was that intentional to get used to the conditions?
It was intentional, also to kind of check out some of the trail and practice being back on trail and kind of getting my feet back underneath me with footwork and just kind of finding the flow since I've been mostly on dirt roads and buffed out snow paths. So and with the amount of travel it takes to get here, it was just nice not to feel stressed and pressed for time if we got delayed or had a mishap.
And have you sort of changed that over the years such that it's a new approach to you, or?
It all depends on my work schedule, and if I can take the time, I like to. But I mean, there's races where you fly in the night before and get up the next morning and race. It's kind of how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. So you feel pretty well adjusted now to.
Yeah, it's been nice to experience the dry heat and get used to the food and just being back in the sun. Feels good.
There's always some challenges when you travel, and you tend to have a pretty refined diet, or unrefined as it were. Gluten-free stuff, vegetarian.
Yep.
How is that when you travel to a place like just Gran Canaria, for an example?
I mean,
I
I probably literally packed 20 pounds of food, from gels and bars and chocolats to gluten-free bread, pasta, quinoa. I also made a jar of mixed nut butter to bring, and made the mistake of putting that in a glass mason jar, and that ended up exploding all over my bag. So glass, almond butter, like everywhere, like with a little note from TSA with like sticky fingerprints all over it. So Oops. Lesson learned.
But you're able to find a way to.
Yeah, definitely exploring all the grocery stores and trying to figure out, like I was looking for chickpeas, which at home is pretty standard to find, and went to 4 grocery stores and couldn't find chickpeas or black beans. So it's a little bit harder, you have to figure out, well, if I'm not going to get protein from beans, okay, I've got to do something else. And, it's not ideal, but you find a way.
Yeah. So how about the island and the course? Was it what you expected, or what do you?
I don't really know what I expected, but I think the course is maybe a little more technical than I envisioned. I like technical, so I'm excited for that. I think later on in the race, my feet and my body might not look like technical, but you know, it keeps your mind engaged and busy. So it seems like there's going to be a lot of varied terrain, you know, some buffed out stuff and some rocky stuff, and so I'm excited. There's great views, and I think the competition is going to be great. So it'll be good to, you know, race against new people and, you know, just experience the island on foot.
And you're feeling good for it?
Hard to say. I think I feel good. I want to feel good, but we'll see what happens on Friday.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first time you've run more than 100K this early in the year?
I believe you're correct. I usually don't like to race until April, and that's usually a 50-mile kind of tune-up race to get the season going. So Bandera and this will be definitely an early start to the season, and hopefully I can stay healthy and happy.
What drew you to this?
Just the opportunity to travel and to race against new people and higher competition.
Well, best of luck out there, Aliza.
Thanks, Brian.
Enjoy.
Thanks for covering. Bye, people.